Boxing fans, here with Jamie Kavanagh at the Mandalay Bay. It's the first time I interviewed you, so the first thing I ask people when I interview them the first time, could you tell me where you were born and raised and what your childhood was like and how you got into boxing?
Yeah, I'm from Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah.
You know, I speak Spanish. A lot of people know I speak Spanish and that, but I'm originally from Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah.
I lived there for 10 years. You know, boxing's always been part of my family, you know, cousins, uncles, they all box, you know, so kind of when I hit 10 years of age, I was fighting a lot on the street and that, and kind of went to boxing, you know, and it was kind of my time. And then I was in boxing for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and we moved to Spain, and I just wanted to follow up, and you know, I kept on boxing, and I flew home for the Irish Championships back and forward and that. So
what was that transition like from being in Ireland and moving to Spain? Was it a culture shock kind of?
Yeah, big culture shock, you know. Obviously I didn't speak the language, you know. Yeah. And then moving to the boxing gym actually helped me speak the language because no one in the gym spoke English. Right. So I had to learn. It was like kind of do or die situation, you know. But I either wanted to continue with my boxing career or I'd have to learn the language, and that's how.
What was it about boxing that really drew you in? Like, did you fall in love with boxing? I mean,
as I said, like I always grew up watching family and stuff like that, but I like the thing of boxing where it's just on your own shoulders, you know. It's not a team effort. It doesn't like say like in soccer. Yeah. It's the goalkeeper, it's the defender, it's this, it's that, it's how you pass the ball now. In boxing it's up to yourself, you know, how much you put in, how much you get out. And it's the dedication and everything like that, and you can easily be found out in boxing, so that's what drew me in, you know.
When did you decide to make the move to America? Could you tell me how that came about?
Yeah, I'd been boxing for Ireland, you know, in the national championships and boxed for Ireland on numerous occasions. And I went to the World Junior Championships. It was actually the first World Youth Championships. It was in Mexico, Guadalajara. Yeah. And I got a silver medal. And just from there, you know, boxing, like professional boxing has always been in the back of my mind, you know, because you can only further your career so much in amateur before you, if you want to further that, you got to go to professional. So it was always an option. And then that happened, and kind of just, you know, I thought to myself, you know, I'm getting out of this, and went to the professional. And we signed with Freddie Roach when we came to the World Car Boxing Gym, but I just moved to the World Car Boxing Gym on my own back, you know. I just came, like, tried it out, see what people thought of me, and I signed with Freddie.
When you first set foot in the Wild Card Gym, what stood out about the gym to you?
Gym, just how busy it was, you know, the atmosphere. There's no gym in the world like it. Like, back in my old gym, we only had one ring, small ring. Yeah. Like, it was very difficult to get sparring and stuff like that. When I went to the World Card, the first day I sparred there, like I had to wait like 45 minutes just to get in the ring because there's so much people waiting to queue up to get into the ring, and like keep getting pushed to the back, and obviously I was the new guy, so nobody was taking me for real.
And what have you learned? Like, who are some of the fighters maybe you sparred with, or some of your kind of best memories from just being inside the gym?
The gym, obviously I sparred Manny Pacquiao, sparred Amir Khan, Jorge Linares. I really enjoyed sparring him. Yeah. But just like memories will be obviously Pacquiao and Khan, you know. But like every day you go in that gym, like you never know who's gonna walk in, and you never know who you're gonna get to work with. You know, I was working with, like once I was working with Jorge Linares when he was fighting DeMarco. Yeah. And straight after Linares, I was getting in. I was jumping in the ring with Steve Forbes. You know. Yeah. That's two ex-world champions back off the back. You know. In Ireland or Europe, you don't get that, so that's why we moved to America.
Speaking of Amir Khan, he has a big fight here. We're here for his fight with Danny Garcia. How do you break that fight down?
You know, Danny's young. He's just crowned champion. He don't want to lose that belt. Amir's really anxious to get his name back, get that belt back, but it's like, I think Amir beats him to the punch every time.
Really?
Yeah, he's not at that, like, he's at that level, but he's not at that level, if you get me, you know. Yeah. Amir's fought a lot higher opposition, you know. He's kind of been at that level a lot longer, and Danny's just getting there. But like I said, you never know. Like Danny obviously knows he's just got there and he don't want to go down. He wants to stay up there and keep getting that, pushing himself higher.
Thank you. And now Manny Pacquiao, he had controversial fight, Tim Bradley. A lot of people felt he won. He lost a split decision. How did you see that fight? Like,
yeah, I seen Manny. I thought Manny won like 10 out of 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Like easy, maybe 11. I don't know. But we give Bradley the 2 rounds, okay. But something happened with that fight that like no one can explain, because it was just as like when they read out the scores.
Yeah.
Manny's my friend and we train the same gym and that, but I kind of laughed. I was like, because I thought they read it out the wrong way, I was like laughing. I was saying, what? Like no one, people watching the fight with me, they couldn't believe it, Most of the people just was like shaking their head, and a lot of them was laughing because they were like, there's no other word for them but like BS, bullshit.
You feel Manny Pacquiao needs to get revenge just to get past that chapter in his life, or do you feel he should go after Marquez or wait for Mayweather? What do you think?
I think he should go for either Mayweather, and if Mayweather don't happen, Marquez. But then again, like nobody wants to see that fight with Bradley. So in real, that fight for Bradley and his career, it didn't do much.
Yeah.
It didn't do much. So like a rematch, they can all like. I'm sure there's a rematch on the cards, but who's going to go watch that fight? Who's going to pay for that fight?
True. And just what's it been like, working with Freddie Roach? Like, if you could take us behind the scenes, what's he like as a trainer?
Obviously he's a good trainer. He's a great trainer. It's just, sometimes it's not just what you do with him. It's what he tells you and what he points out.
Yeah.
And what he shows you. He's a man with a lot of knowledge. And I also train my other coach, Juan Manuel Ruiz.
Okay.
And he does a lot of work with me, but Freddie kind of has little bits of input and stuff like that. He'll do the kind of fine tuning and tell me if I'm doing something wrong. He'll throw an eye and say if I do this, if I don't do that. And then in the corner, he's inspiring. He's also like looking at me and waiting for me to make the moves that he's just said to me a couple of days ago to work on, So yeah, it's good. It's great to have someone with that kind of knowledge.
Jamie, thanks a lot. Appreciate the interview. We'll be looking at